Hi everyone, I'm Tiffany. Welcome to my quilting life. It's Sunday where we sew on a Sunday. I'm just waiting for this device that you guys watch me from turned itself off, and well, I had to wait for it to turn on, and then it was trying to update, and it was trying to do this, and it was trying to do that, and you know.
You tell them it's an old cell phone.
It's an old cell phone, and it's picky. Yeah, exactly.
It does what it wants when it wants.
So it took a minute for it to do its thing. Here now. All right, let's see who is all here. Ooh, it's been a while in here in the chat. We got Karen, Louise, Kim, Pat, JB, Lori, Christy. Where am I at? Dawn, Jeannie, Jacqueline, Bonnie, Lil, Sharon, and many more. You know, now you guys have all these at whatevers. I don't even know what any of your guys' names are anymore in the chat.
Well, they all have numbers on
They all
them,
have some name, number, whatever. Whew, it's confusing. So, as the title says, I'm going to make one last Halloween project. I know last week was fall themed, but it's still kind of, you know, like pumpkins, Halloween. Anyway, this is the last Halloween project. I want to make a table runner with cats. The idea came from a pattern that was in the box of goodies that I got as a mail opening. Woohoo! There was a cat pattern called Rainbow Cats Quilt by Creative Notions. I'm not doing their exact pattern. I just, because Missouri Star and everybody has done this block of like this, I changed the numbers out so that I can do my own thing because I'm using Halloween prints for my cats and they have bigger sections and I don't want to cut small sections, so I did the math to have big sections instead. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to choose what 6 of these lovely leftover fabrics. There's really not much left of any of these. I mean, this is kind of small, see? But I don't really want to use this pumpkin guy because he'll get cut off. I don't want to use that. I will use this. So one of my cats will be skeletons.
And they glow in the dark.
This is all that's left of this one, of my Frankenstein. That'll be 2 cats. And then my 3rd cat will be these guys. This won't be no big deal having that. Let's see. 4th cat, I will have this, but I will, hopefully that's enough to cut it this way. Yeah, I'll cut it this way. That way I can have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do a bat cat. Got to have a bat cat, right? That's 5.
Bat cat.
And then we got to have a green cat that's cobwebs, right?
Bat cat.
I don't know. Maybe I want to remove this one and save this for something else because that's a pretty good chunk. Maybe we can do a blue. Yeah, let's do a blue froggy cat. Hold on. We're seeing right now. And then we don't need a candy corn cat. Candy corn could be something else. We don't need that, and we don't need witches. Although orange cats are more popular, right? I don't know. I'm just going to do it here. Let's do these ones. So the first thing you need is a 5-inch strip from, this is just for the table runner only. A 5-inch strip from 5 or 6 different fabrics. Whew, because I'm 5-inch, that's why. To choose 6 different fabrics. This is just for a table runner of 6 different fabrics of 5-inch strips. So just take 5-inch strips off of 6 fabrics because that's all we're going to use for this is 5-inch strips. Can you turn the iron on?
You told me to unplug it.
That was a little bit ago, but yes. Hold on. I got to iron some of these because they've been folded over here. I'm still going to cut my 5-inch strips though, but I'm going to take a 5-inch strip from 6 different fabrics. I want to try not to confuse you guys. So 6 5-inch strips, 6 fabrics, because I'm just making 6 cats. Okay, so there's one. Toss that up there. And if I want to make another one, there'll be a little bit of scraps from some of these left, and I can make whatever else I want to make. Okay, that's nice and flat. Let's grab a 5-inch strip from here. I'm literally using these up till there's literally barely anything left of these. All right, there's a 5-inch strip from that one. This one is literally going to have a tiny little strip afterwards, but that's okay. It can go in my random fabric strip bin, which I'm going to cut it now and then I can throw it in my bin later. That way it's already cut. So there's 3. And they're still kind of straight from when I made the other Halloween quilts too. 4. Yeah, that looks pretty straight. 5. And one more cat worth. 6. All right, so I got my 6 cats worth. Background fabric, you only need half a yard for this because you only need half a yard for this. We're going to cut, I need 6, hold on, I got to press this right quick. We only need 1 strip that's 5 inches to start from our background fabric. I got that new mat and I haven't put it in here yet. It's still sitting in the garage. Go figure. Yeah. I should probably bring it and change my blade this week. Got to remember that. Change blade, change mat.
Tell them what you did yesterday.
What did I do yesterday?
Hung out with fans.
Oh, yesterday I had fans come in from out of town. Yep. And then we hung out and went out to eat, and that's about the gist of it. But it was great. She was lovely. Her daughters were lovely. It was cool. We had fun.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right, back to where I was. From the background, we cut 1 5-inch strip, and then we're going to cut a 6-inch strip. And then I'm going to cut a 2.5-inch strip. Like I said, you only need a half a yard. Okay. That's all I have left because that's what I have left. All right. So we're going to start with the background. We are making 6, but I only need 1, 2, 4, 7, 8. I need 4 6-inch squares. Line this up on a line and cut 4 6-inch squares because we're going to make 4 at a time flying geese, but we're going to make them 2 colored each. I know that makes no sense at the moment, but it will in a minute, trust me, because that's going to make 8 technically. All right, toss that out of the way. From my 5-inch strip, I'm going to cut 6 5-inch squares. And after the video is over, Karen will most likely have this within the next few days in the Facebook group, in the files for the pattern. So I cut 2 6-inch squares. And now I'm going to cut 6 5-inch squares for my 5-inch cut of background. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, there's 6 of those. And then I'm going to cut 6 2.5-inch squares out of my 2.5-inch strip. I know I didn't really need that much background. Like I said, half a yard will do it all. 4, 5, 6 of those. Set that aside. Now from my colored fabrics, from my Halloween stuff, I'm going to go ahead and from each Halloween fabric, you're going to cut one, let me just open this up, 1 5-inch, which is already 5 inches because we cut 5-inch strips from our 6 fabrics. I'm going to cut 1 7 1/4 by 5-inch strip. 7 1/4. 7 1/4 from this one. And then, oh, thank you, Marilyn. That's very, very sweet of you. All right, where was I? I'm trying not to confuse anybody. From my cat fabrics, a 5 by 7 1/4, a 5-inch square, and then I'm going to cut over 6.5 inches, but we're going to subcut that. So I'm just going to cut over 6.5 inches like this. Then I'm going to turn it to its side and cut 3 1/4 inch off of here. So you'll have a little piece off of there. And then I'm going to turn this into 2 3 1/4 inch squares. Like this. Okay? 2 3 1/4 inch squares, and then you'll have a little scrap. And you have enough to make 2 cats per strip, in case you were curious. All right, so I'm going to do that same thing again. I'm going to do it to every single one of these. I need to press this. Like I said, some of these fabrics are super wrinkly from being folded. So again, that's 1 cat right there. I'm going to cut off the selvage, cutting a 5-inch square, a 5 by 7 1/4 inch square or rectangle, 7 1/4 rectangle, and then cut a 6.5 inch piece off, turn it, and cut it into 3 1/4, and then subcut that into 2 3 1/4 inch squares like this. So there's 2. Just gonna fold this, throw that out of the way. Do the same thing with this one. I'm gonna do it with all 6 of my fabrics. We're just making a table runner. So if you wanted to make a larger quilt, just know that every strip you'll get 2 cats from. And if you want to use like a bunch of different fabrics for your cats, you don't even have to do this as a Halloween thing. You can do it any fabrics you want. Seven 1/4, 7 1/4, 5-inch, and a 6.5 cut into 3 1/4 inch strip, subcut into 3 1/4 inch squares. Like that. So there's my purple cat. Let's do a Franken cat. It's a Frankenstein, but cat block. Just repeating those same. I could stack them all on top of each other. That probably would have been better, but I'm just doing one at a time so that you guys know what we're at. 5-inch, a 7 1/4 inch, a 6.5 inch, turned into 3 1/4 inch, and subcut into 3 1/4 inch. All right, that's that one. 2 more left to cut out. And these make 9.5 inch blocks. This is going to be perfect for a table runner for me with sashing and, you know, stuff like that. So let me go to 7 1/4.
And do my chair.
5, 6 1/2. 6. Let's just turn it to where I can read the 6 1/2, or else I'm gonna lose my mind.
She's going crazy.
Okay, subcut that into 3 1/4. And then subcut into 3 1/4 inch squares. Let me press that 5-inch square because it was cut on the fold. There we go. I can go in this pile from my blue kitty. And now I have one more left to cut. And then we can start making some blocks. And I don't want to confuse you with it, but it's going to be, we're going to be making some flying geese units, but we're making 4 at a time flying geese. If you need to know how to do those up close, I do have a video on my channel, how to make 4 at a time flying geese, and I show you a bunch of different sizes. All right, so we need 5, 7 1/4, 6 1/2. Again, you can get 2 blocks per thing. So if you want to just design your own thing, each 5-inch strip will yield you 2 blocks. Okay, we're going to do our 4 at a time flying geese. This one is going to make so much not sense to you guys. Actually, no, I needed 6 of these. That's right. 1, 2. I need 6 6-inch squares, not 2. What did I do 2 for? I need, no, 4. Hold on. That's 1 block. It's 2 block. That's 3. No, I need 3. I just had a brain fart. I need 3 6-inch background squares off of this because I had a brain fart. I'm making 6 blocks, so I need 3. All right, there we go. Now I have the right amount.
What's the most frequent used flying geese size?
The frequent used flying geese size is usually like 2.5 by 5 inches, somewhere around there. All right, 4 at a time flying geese. We're going to do 2 from this and 2 from this. This is going to be weird, right? On one, we're going to take our skeleton and I'm going to place it on one corner. The other one I'm going to save aside. Then I'm going to take my second block, because I'm making 2 different blocks from this, and I'm going to place that right here underneath, so that the top one, or I'm going to be stitching down on both sides of my drawn line, which I did not draw, but you know, you guys can draw it. I'm going to be stitching on top of it like this so that it stays folded down. Just bring it over here. He's going to bring the camera over here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So we're just doing 2 at a time. So these 2 are going to be together, those 2 are going to be together, and those 2 will be together.
Oh, there we go. Got it turned on it.
So if you want to draw a line from corner to corner, you're going to take your 6-inch square and 2 different fabrics from 2 different cats. And we're going to put them one on each corner like this, and we're going to sew. No, positive. I'm going to sew on both sides of my drawn line, which I didn't draw, but you guys can draw yours. And I always put this one on top so that way it doesn't flip under when you're trying to sew these. So I'm just lining it up with the 1/4 inch line on the side right here, since I'm sewing on both sides of my drawn line. So I'm going to turn it around now and do this side. Now I'm going to split it in half on your drawn line. So I'm going to cut it in half, and the iron is on, so I'll show you. I'm going to press these towards these fabrics. just like this. Oh man, did I do this wrong again? I think I did.
Yeah.
Ugh, I probably screwed it up. Yep, I did. I screwed it up. We're still going to do it anyway. I did. I should have put both on one. No, it wouldn't have worked that way. It still wouldn't have worked the other way. I'm going to split these in half. See? I'm going to take these and split them in half now on the diagonal. This is how we're going to make things work. One half, split it like this. The other half. There we go. So now I have my units that look like this. I'm going to take this one. He is going to be on this side right here. And you're going to hang it over just like this. Edge, because we're sewing a 1/4 inch away. Just like this. See how it hangs over? And then this one will be on this side. I know you guys are like, Tiffany, what the heck are you doing? Well, we're making one square out of this, and then we're doing the same on the other one. I'm just putting my point in the corner. It's sticking out on the top. Lay this one on here. It's squared up as if it was one square. I'm going to go ahead and sew the one side with my 1/4 inch seam. You can pin these in place if you need. And before I do anything else, I'm going to turn this one around and sew my 1/4 inch seam. It's along the edge of this block. So it's a little bit different than the normal way because we split it. So that way one is on this side and one flying geese is on that side. All right, I'm going to do that again with this one. I hope this makes sense to you guys because we're trying not to waste fabric by making a bunch of flying geese units that we don't need. All right, now I'm going to split it apart between my stitching and press it. And then I will have an extra flying geese unit, obviously, that I won't need, but that can go towards whatever in the scrap pile. So now you can see I have this one when I press it back. And we're going to trim these and this one. And then I have extras that I'm not going to use, but we're going to, put them aside for something else. So I'm going to press them. And then we'll trim them in a minute. After we finish all the other ones, we'll trim everything all at one time. So 2 I don't need, 2 I do need. Now we're going to do that again. One of these, and then my 2 of these and these. So my 3 1/4 inch pieces. We're going to have one right here, and then one of these on top. You can draw your line from corner to corner, or you can just use your seam tape, and you can also pin if you need. And I'm not stitching with thread because I'm doing everything right here. Tangled, tangled, tangled. Why does it not want to behave today? It's only when the camera is on that this does this every single time. It's like it doesn't want me to be filming. So I'm sewing on one side of my drawn line. I'm going to turn it around. So the other side of my drawn line. I'm going to split this in half, and then I'm also going to cut these in half on the diagonal from corner to corner. That way we can split those. All right, so 2 of these. I'm going to go right here on the corner. Just going to line it up as if I didn't cut it in half. If it was just one square, lining it up on the edge. I'm going to sew the one side and then sew the other side. Like I said, we only need one. But I'm making them both because, we're already right here at the sewing machine, so why not? Stop, machine. I will beat you up. I'm not in the mood. All right, there's one. So if you ever wanted to do 4 at a time flying geese using 2 different fabrics, this is pretty much how you do it for any project. That way you're not wasting fabric, you know, because here there's no extra cutoffs. But I want my sides to match. And then we'll grab this guy. And then obviously I'm going to split it in between on both of these and then press them towards the dark color. Okay, I'm just going to stick these over there for now though, and we're going to start the next 2. And our 3rd piece. Remember, I changed that because I had a brain fart. I need 3 6-inch squares from your background fabric. So I'm going to do this again and put this right here. This one up here. Sewing on both sides of the drawn line. Making sure that I'm lining it up. Flip it around. Sew the other side. I'm going to go ahead and split it in half. And then split these in half as well. Oh, I got to press them first. So let me just split these. That way they're ready.
What did you do with all the cutoffs from the Halloween quilt?
The cutoffs from the Halloween quilt are slowly but surely being worked on. So it's going to be a while for those.
Isn't that what you're making?
Yeah. But you'll get a video. As soon as I'm done prepping it all, then you'll get a video for it. For what I have decided to do with it. And even though it'll be late and not Halloween, it'll still be like leftover candy. You know, everybody has leftover Halloween candy for a while. All right, there's one. Let's do this one now. Oops, that's on this side. And this one's on this side. All right, all the flying geese units are made. I'm going to go ahead and press, and then we'll move on to the next step, which I guess Scott could put the camera back the other way.
Yes, I can.
Right now I'm just pressing them. All right. Now I only need 6 of the flying geese units. There's 1, 2, 3 colors. That's my 4th color. And this is my 5th color, and this is my 6th color. There we go. And now I'm going to trim these down to 2 3/4 by 5 inches. Whew, brain farting. So I'm literally going to just trim the top barely, just straightening it up. I still have a 1/4 inch seam at my peak. I'm going to come onto the bottom side and put it at 2 3/4, just like that. Just with a regular ruler, unless you have a flying geese trimmer. And then I'm going to line my 5-inch square up with my points right here. Some of them will be nice. Some of them will not be, but I just didn't, you know, I just have a whatever size. So there's one. So that goes with that cat. I'm just trimming the dog ear off pretty much on the top and straightening it for any wonkiness. 2 3/4 inch by 5 inch. This one's landing exactly where it's supposed to. Okay. And that one did not cut the dog ear off like hoped. All right, that goes with that one. Do it again. I'm also using the lines on my ruler. There's lines that are 45-degree lines. I'm also lining those up too because we want it to be as best as we can. All right, turn it around, cut 2 3/4 inch, that, and then turn it this way and cut 5 inches, which I'm just lining up the straight edge here and at the points where the flying geese unit hit and touch the ruler on the sides. That goes with that one over there. Do it again. Straight, straight, straight. 2 3/4 and 5 inches. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Oops, stop right there. There we go. That one goes with that one. 2 more. Lining it up. Nice and straight. Literally just straightening it up. I have my 1/4 inch seam allowance there. 2 3/4 inch by 5 inch. And my ruler is 5 inches, so that just makes it, you know, easy to just line this up and cut it. That and one more. Ooh, this one's going to be a little on the wonky side, right there. Nobody ever said this was perfect. And I definitely am not perfect. All right, and down to 5 inches. All right, so now I have all 6 done. I have 6 flying geese for whatever I want to use them for at another time. All right, pull all 6 of these here. You're going to take one of each of these backgrounds. You have 5 inch background squares, one for each cat. You got 6 of them, 5 inches, one for each cat. And then you have 6 2.5 inch squares, one for each cat. All right, I want my cats to face 2 different ways. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to see an order for my cats here. We're going to do like this. Purple, green, orange, black. No, let's put 2 blacks on the edge. How about that? Yeah. Gotta have the dark ones on the edge. Okay, so this is where I want them. So these 2 cats are going to face each other. So here's what we're going to do. This 5 inch square is going to go here. This one is going to go on the top. And I'm totally 100% backwards from you. But this, oh, we're going on this side. That's right, because this cat's going to face this way. So this little 2.5 inch square is going to go right here in this corner and get snowballed. So there's the layout. This is going to face this way. So then this one will go, your 5 inch by 7 1/4 inch goes underneath your flying geese unit. You can go ahead and piece all those together if you want. Your 5 inch square goes next to it on whatever side you're facing it. Then you have a 2.5 inch square is going to go in one of the corners that touches your background up at the white, like this. So I'm going to go ahead now and sew my diagonal corner to corner, snowballing this corner real quick. And then I'm going to snowball this corner real quick.
It's going to have a whole square, not an angle?
I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
This is an angle.
Yeah, this is the angle.
Oh, okay.
He got confused.
I see how you're making it.
He's confused. All right, I'm going to cut the excess away. and
I
a
see
1/4
what
inch
you're
seam
doing.
allowance. And I'll hold these up so that you can see the parts and pieces. I'm just going to go ahead and press towards the whites, no big deal, or you can press it under towards the dark color. Honestly, in my case, it doesn't matter here. I'm going to save my cutoffs because they're going to go with my, since this is Halloween fabric still, that's going to go with all my Halloween stuff. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and press these. Okay. And then I'm going to turn these around so that you can see how they lay out. This, and like this. Okay, so there's one cat right here. And then the other cat would be on this side, just so that you guys can get the general idea of their layout. Can you tell? It's 2 kitties. So what you do is now you sew this to the big piece and this 5-inch background to your cat butt. So you cat ears to cat body and background to cat butt. With a 1/4 inch seam. I'm going to go ahead and put these right sides together. So Scott has put an auction up. Auctions start at $15. I don't know.
It's 15.5 by 52.
It's sideways though.
Yeah, I was going to do both ways.
Oh, well, they could see it this way.
Okay, you have a point.
Because technically the table runner is directional.
Yes, it is.
All right. Once these are together, they don't need to be stayed together. I'm going to press the ears towards the big fabric because or else it's too much bulk. So you're going to press that towards the bigger fabric, and then I'm going to press the butt towards the butt. And you can chain piece all your pieces once you have everything together. So put this back here like that, and this one like here. And now I'm just going to hook these 2 sides together. They should be exactly the same size, but there's no seams to nest at all on this whole entire project. There's no nesting seams, which makes it even better. Huh? Oh, he's laying on the tail. This cat is the cat that lays on its tail. The pattern of this cat. See, so he's like in that sitting upright on the tail position. All right. And what'd you say? The auction is at $50.
Oh, no, now it's at 55.
All right, so I'm going to sew this on here now. The thread already broken. I wasn't even near the machine. Yeah, they're laying on their tail, this specific one. I was going to try to find a different cat pattern to be more scaredy cat for Halloween, but honestly,
tell them you made a couple of your own.
I made a couple of my own with tails, and they look stupid.
Oh, let's show them to them. They're right here, aren't they?
Yeah, they're right there.
Are they not all together? Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, there's 2 stupid-looking tailed cats.
They're not stupid. Let's show them. See what they think.
I made that one, and then the other one he'll show you. And they look dumb because the cat is laying down. All right, so this on here.
I'm worth $60.
It's at 60 so far. He'll bring it up and show the quilting in a minute. And he'll turn it around so that you can see the back. All right, I'm going to press these. I'm going to lay it back out, even though I am now laying it towards you guys, which is backwards for me. Nope.
Still
Nope.
Backwards.
Nope.
Still backwards.
Yep. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
When
Good
I do,
job.
this is why I don't piece upside down. He's holding it up so you can see. It's just quilted with a meander. It's vintage panels too that made that, with some vintage fabric mixed with some like 80s fabric. All right, press this. And I'm gonna put my 2 cats up on the wall above this because I need to be able to see the direction I'm actually making my cats. Or else I'm gonna go backwards and it's gonna screw everything up. All right, so this guy.
Oh, you can quilt the tail when you go to long arm it.
I could quilt the tail, but I'm not going to. All right, so as always, this goes on top of this. He is going to be tail to... Which way am I on? I chose the orange for that side, right? Yeah, so this will be this way. Cat first, then tail will be, the fold of the cat where he's laying will be this corner. Cut that away. All right, I'm gonna press all of this stuff and then sew this to that. All right, I'm gonna make sure one more time. He's gonna go right here. That's the top and that's the bottom. So I'm gonna hook those 2 together right there and then hook this together. This is where having a design wall helps. All right. That one's that side cat. All right, and to know what that last one's going to be, I'm just going to keep this one off the wall. That way, I know how this cat's going to lay. So I'm going to put this here, this down here, with this in that corner. Trim off the excess. Throw it over there. Press this back. Sew my ears onto the body. Press towards my 7 1/4 inch piece. Put these together. Just remember, if you were to get this pattern from what was it from Missouri Star, or this one's from Creative Notions, if you were to bought the cat pattern, it does have different sizes. I changed the sizes purposely for this project because I'm using big print Halloween fabric. And I wanted it to work out. Oops. All right. Now I just have to make 2 more, but the opposite direction. So he will go on the end. This one will go here. We're still not done with our background fabric half yard either, by the way. We still have cuts from that, but I'm just doing the cats at first. All right, now these cats go which way? Let's put this on top first. Just gonna grab this guy and put him down here. so that I know which way I'm going. We're going to have that on top and that right here.
Should we call this to Claudia?
What is it at? 62. It's at 62 to Claudia going once. 62 to Claudia going twice, and sold to Claudia for 62. Remember to send us an email at tiffanysquiltinglife@yahoo.com. Let us know how you want to pay, but since it's probably the Claudia I'm thinking, then she already knows how to pay. I'll just need the address and stuff though again, because obviously we don't keep or save anybody's addresses. Just thought I'd let you know if you guys are always curious why we always need the address again. It's because we don't save them. I know, it'd be a lot of people we did. I've been shipping stuff to people for years. I've so many things. The only addresses I have some saved of is in my phone for long arm quilting. And even then my phone is full of people and addresses because I have so many clients. All right, press this, and I have one more cat to make. And then we can start the rest of everything. So it's going to go this one first. Oh, these are cool Halloween cats. All right, last one. All right. That's going to go on top there. This will go right here, and this, that, and this corner.
Do this one or a different one?
That one's fine. No, not really. Probably different. All right, cut the corner. All right, now to piece these two together and then those two pieces together.
Hummingbird. That's all I have.
Hummingbird's fine.
Is the one in the other room?
Oops, this does not go that way. This goes this way. Whew, I could have pieced that together wrong.
Sorry. There's the one in the other room, right?
Yes. All right, I'm going to press. And put on here like this. Okay, put them on the wall. And then we shall put some sashing between them. So now, from our background fabric, you should have more than this left. I had already cut a piece off of it, so I'm going to cut in between, just 1 inch strip. Just 1 inch strip, and I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to cut 2 1-inch strips so that I can get 5. I'm going to cut the third one because it's literally right here. You should have a little bit more. I didn't because I was already cutting things. But you only need a half yard for this project itself, for your background.
We have these. We were supposed to do these before.
Oh, yeah.
Well, get them in time.
Well, put them on anyway.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this was supposed to be auctioned before Halloween. Whoopsie.
That's because I forget what we have in there.
So do I. Sorry.
All right,
My
there's
fault.
a Halloween quilt up for auction. It starts
Oh,
at
it's a wall
15.
hanging.
It's
Yeah,
just a
well,
wall hanging. It is a Halloween wall hanging. Sorry, we forgot all about the Halloween themed stuff for this month. So I'm going to cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total 9.5-inch rectangles by 1 inch. Where am I at? Brain farting. 9.5. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's bringing it up close to show you. 5, 6, 7, 8. I only need 7 though. All right. Now I'm just going to attach these in between each cat and one at each end. So they're 1 inch by 9.5. I use 2 1-inch strips to get the sashing in between pieces. And I'm going to go ahead and just press towards the sashing because it really doesn't matter. He's going to measure the little wall hanging.
should be square, right?
It's rectangle.
18
18 by 19.
Okay. 1 inch off of being square.
It's 18 by 19. It's just a little Halloween
The little guy.
wall hanging. So you can hang it up next year since we forgot all about pulling certain quilts out to auction this year. All right, I'm going to add the next piece in between while I'm right here, and then I'll press both and then add the next one and so on and so forth until they're all together. Each time pressing towards my 1-inch sashing.
$38 on it.
It's at 38 so far. All right, add another cat. See, this isn't a very time-consuming project when you just make a couple blocks, you know? All right, while I'm right here, I'm going to add another 1 inch by 9.5 inch. Oh, it is stitching. It sounded like it broke again. All right, go the iron press towards the sashing each time. Add another kitty. Add another sash. Another kitty. Oh, ran out of bobbin. Run out right here. Add another sashing. Can't even tell which way is what. The green dots look the same on both sides.
I know where 40 on the wall hanging.
The wall hanging is at 40. Just thought I would say it out loud. Hmm?
It is a little.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. You should have had enough left to have 4 1-inch, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1-inch strips left from your half a yard. Just thought I'd let you guys know. I obviously didn't because I pre-cut from my half a yard of fabric. But you need to be able to go on the top and bottom with your 1-inch strips as well. All right, I'm going to press this towards the sashing, and then we'll add 1 to each end. And then a top, a bottom, and then we'll choose a border for all the way around it. So I'm going to grab one of these for each end. Grab the other end, put one of these on it.
Is there a name for this pattern that you deviated from?
A name for the pattern. The pattern is right there on the front, whatever is on that side at the top.
Oh, rainbow cats.
Rainbow cats. I deviated from this pattern. Pretty much this is the same as the cats from Missouri Star, though. If you watch the Missouri Star video on cat blocks, it's the same exact numbers from that pattern. I just changed mine because I'm using Halloween fabric, and I can give you the measurements when I change it to something of my own.
We call this at 40 for Valerie.
Oh, it's at 40 for Valerie going once, 40 for Valerie going twice, and sold to Valerie. Valerie, please send us an email at tiffanysquiltinglife@yahoo.com, and we will let us know how you want to pay: Zelle, PayPal, or Venmo. I mean, yeah, Venmo, Zelle are free, but PayPal does have a fee.
Free shipping in the U.S.
But it's free shipping within the U.S. All right, I'm going to grab the fabric that I had left over from my previous cuts, and I'm going to cut 1-inch strips from it, and then I'm going to hook them together so that go across the top and the bottom. Only because I previously cut my half yard of fabric up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's definitely not 1 inch left. Nope, that can go in my scrap bin. All right, so I'm just going to hook these together end to end. 2 should be enough for this one. Pretty sure. 2 for this one. It's a strip end. It's like 50 something inches. Oops. This has a selvage on the end. This one does not. Okay. I'll measure it right now so I can tell you guys exact. This is yeah, cut 3 strips, 3 1-inch strips for the top and bottom if you're cutting from your strips, or you can cut from that leftover fabric from the background fabric that I gave you if there was not enough, because it's, I don't even remember, 28 I think, I mean 28th, what's 29 plus 29? Nice. 0 1, carry the 1, 58, yes.
Your number talking over me.
Yeah, sorry. My brain. Whew. I don't do math, you guys. You all know this. Math is not my strong suit. I mean, I can figure out the blocks and stuff like that, but probably should be using my seam guide as well. But, you know, I'm not. You should still have plenty of fabric with a half a yard. No, it doesn't have a top or bottom.
Well, it's 36 by 39.
Oh, then that way is fine. It don't matter.
This one, you did your custom quilting on it?
Yep.
Pumpkins.
So there's another one going up. Auction starts at $15 as always. This one is also Halloween-esque. Well, it's Halloween. It's got Halloween quilted cobwebs, pumpkins, leaves, skulls, bats, ghosts. It's got all sorts of Halloween quilting on it.
Yeah, pumpkins are amazing.
All right, I'm gonna go this way with this one now. And then I'll press towards this fabric. Stepping on it.
We're at 40 already.
We're at 40 on this one. He's going to bring it up close. Well, first he'll show you the back and then...
The bats and the spiders.
The back has bats and spiders. And you can see the quilting from the back in the black area is way good. So he's going to show you that. And that's free motion quilting. Me teaching myself how to do things. There's no computers involved.
Cat.
There's a scaredy cat. There's a skull and crossbones. There's cobwebs. What else is there? A ghost with a witch's hat. A bat.
Cobwebs.
And cobwebs. I think I already said cobwebs, though.
Skull and crossbones.
It's at 42 so far. What size is it again? Do you remember?
I think it was 36 by 39.
36 by 39, he thinks. He doesn't remember. It's just a baby quilt, honestly, or wall hanging, whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have hooks on it because it could be whatever you want it to be. If you want to give it to a baby, then whatever for Halloween, then that's why it has no hooks on it.
It's beautiful.
All
Someone
right.
done themselves with the quilting. And I can't keep it up here.
Because it's been folded too long.
Well, I had it on here a second ago.
All right, now I got my cats together, and now I just need to choose. This is a long table runner, so it's for a long table. I'm going to choose a border to go on the top, the bottom, and the two sides. But I think I'm going to make the two sides smaller than the top and the bottom. That way it's not like forever long, but perfect size. So I don't want to use what's in the cats already. I think I might just go with the witches. Or the funky pumpkins. Let's see. They are directional, though. That's the problem with them. Where are they at? Excuse me. Oh, there they are. Let's see how much of them is left, honestly. No, I think that can just be a table runner all on its own. Can't be this one. Well, it could be the crows, cats, and birds. What do you think? Crows? I don't know if it's tilted down enough to see.
I don't know either.
We got crows for a border or witches for a border. Crows or witches. What else do I have? Hold on. Or I can use up the rest of these candy corns because they're really not directional. Let's put that there. Or, let's see, what else is not in my cats? I have Halloween Boo Trick or Treat themed.
Okay,
Although I don't like that next to the white.
Crows
So
and
I'm
witches.
pulling that.
Candy corn's kind of only has one on there that I see. There's lots of crows and witches.
I'm not going to do that one either. Or I can do just polka dots. I don't know. I like the crows because it's cats and birds, but I like the witches too. I mean, I could do a skinny one of crows and then put witches. You know?
I don't know. You're getting a lot of both. You're getting a lot of crows and a lot of witches.
Well, right now this is only 10 inches, you know? Most table runners I do are at least 14 to 16 inches. Yeah, this is 10 and a half inches right now. Width. Kind of like the crows and the witches both.
What if you do one on top and one on the bottom and just make a big border? Like you said, it's awful long and awful skinny.
No, I think I'm going to do a double border.
Okay. That's what, yeah, a couple of them are saying that.
I'm going to do a double border because I have enough here.
Two people said do both.
So I can do a 1.5 of crows. You'll still see the crows. And then I can do a 2.5 of this. And then it won't be too wide. That's what we're going to do.
One person said polka dots. You got your orange polka dots.
No, I'm going to do crows and witches. I think I like that idea. Make a nice straight cut again. All right. Let's see. Yeah. 1.5 inches first. So I need 4. I need 4 strips that are 1.5 of my crows. One more. Okay. So I still have some crows left for another time. Not very much, but you know. And then I need 4 2.5-inch strips of my witches. So we'll do a 1.5-inch border and a 2.5-inch border. And these are directional. So, hold on. Yeah, I can do this. I can do this.
How would it be if you did one fabric on top with witches on bottom on right? Huh? Do one fabric on top left and witches on bottom and right? I don't know.
No, I'm just going to go ahead do it this way. Do 4 2.5-inch strips. And one more. No, I did not press my fabric first. All right. The cat part I gave you all the measurements for. So we're going to do a 1.5 and a 2.5-inch border. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the selvages off of all these crows. Hook 2 together. Sew them on. Cut the selvages off of all the witches. Hook 2 together. Because it's enough for a top and a side on each of these. And then I will just make sure I'm paying attention to the direction because the quilt is directional, but the sides don't need to be. They can just be regular. Yeah, that was a retard move.
What'd you do? What's wrong?
I cut crooked because I'm crooked on my mat, so this will be straight right there. Perfect. The auction's still going. It's at 45. All right. So 2 of these crows together. And then 2 more together.
When you make t-shirt quilts, do you wash them before sending them to the customer?
When I make t-shirt quilts, do I wash them before sending to the customer? No, I do expect the customer to send me their t-shirts, though, washed. Because I have in the past had shirts that were covered in yuck, or they smelt funny from sitting in a box, because most of them are for people who have passed away that I've done. So they smell like funky. A little on the funky side from being stored, because some people wait a long time. Like me, it's been almost 3 years since my son died, and I have yet to cut his clothes up to make a quilt. So some people wait a long time. The only thing I've actually made out of my son's clothes so far is bags from his jeans. But that's it. That's as far as I can go with my, you know, grieving thing. All right, I'm going to press these and then attach the way I always attach borders, hang off and stuff. Place this right here for the moment. Press this lovely It's nice and pressed. And then I just throw it there after pressing it. I'm so bad. I think we all do that, though. Then there's the ones of us that fold it. Like, that's what I used to do, but it just takes too much time now. But I used to fold my pieces really nicely, like this, before attaching them so that they stayed flat from the iron, you know? There's a lot of you out there that probably do that. I don't anymore, but that's what I do usually, back in the day. All right, let's get this witch pressed. All right, and the other witch pressed. And then this shouldn't be too big because I don't want a very wide table runner. I want it to be long but not too wide. Okay. First, we will use the crows. And I should put my 1/4 inch seam allowance magnetic seam guide on because I haven't been using it this whole time and I have a little bit of a wonkiness going on to my piecing. Alright, fold it on top of itself, make my cut, and then that piece will go towards the side right here. But first, I shall attach the opposite. Standing on it. Can't stand on it.
Well, let them know we're at 46 on the wall.
It's at 46 so far on the wall hanging, or baby quilt, whatever you want it to be. With the lovely Halloween stitching on it. Me just messing around pretty much is what it is.
Oh, now we're 47.
It's at 47 now. If you're new here and you just joined, the auction is going on. It's at 47 for what's hanging up on the wall behind my sewing area. All right, now I'm going to add my 2 sides. Remember, the first border is 1/2 inch.
Oh, Margo gave you $10.
Thank you, Margot. That's very nice of you. I literally have a bag too filled with all these exact scraps from all the other quilts of different other cuts other than the triangles to make another Halloween quilt scrap, like really scrappy, like probably going to be crumb piece type scrappy.
Do you have a name for the auction?
Do I have a name for the auction quilt? No. Did I even put a tag on it?
Size tag.
Yeah, I didn't name it. It's just, it just has a tag that says that I made it. It'll get a signature too for whoever gets it, because everybody likes getting my famous signature, although I don't feel myself being famous, but everybody likes it.
Yeah, the fans that came to visit you
Huh? What'd you say?
The fans that came to visit you yesterday thought you were famous.
Yeah, the fans that came yesterday thought I was famous or said I was famous. They think that I'm famous. So I guess I'm somewhat kind of famous. I don't know. I don't consider myself that way, but whatever. I guess I could be a famous teacher. How about that? There you go. But I'm not going down in history books if that's how famous you think I am. All right. Now I got the first crows on. So what I'm going to do is make sure that this is in a direction, and then I'm going to place my directional witches. I'm going to do the top and bottom. So these are going to go this way.
They're all saying you should call it candy corn madness.
Oh, that one, Candy Corn Madness. It sounds.
Whoever wins the auction can name it.
Whoever wins the auction can name it whatever they want.
47. It's a good sized little quilt. $47. Fancy custom quilt.
All right. Now I'm going to put my other witches on, except these are going to go upside down because the quilt, you know what I mean, is right side up. So that's, I mean, not right side, you know, the cats are facing a certain way. So the witches are going to face the same way as the cats. To bid on the auction, you just put the price bigger than the next one, and everyone's been doing it in $1 to $50 increments. Whatever you want to up it above the previous number that you see in the chat, that's how you bid. And then we take payment through PayPal, which has a fee, or Venmo and Zelle, which don't have fees. Yeah, you just type in the amount that you want to bid.
Right now it's at $47.
If you are out of the country, you will have to pay your shipping, but it doesn't matter if you are out of the country, you just have to pay your shipping. So you can bid on auctions out of the country as long as you're paying your shipping. But I can tell you right now that I heard from the previous Canadian that told me that Canada is on postal strike again or whatever, so they have stockpiles. You won't get your mail anytime soon. Let's just say that. Unless it's changed since the person told me, but I highly doubt it changed. It was only like 4 or 5 days ago that I was told that. Just pressing these witches border real quick. Oh, this is the perfect width, too, of a table runner.
Okay, now we're at $60.
It's at 60. My borders kind of seem full, but that's because I'm kind of not really trying to rush, but rushing. All right, now I'm going to add my sides, except I'm going to make the witches face outward, not inward, on the sides. Huh?
Thank Miss Magnuson.
Thank you, Miss Magnuson.
Yes,
Oh, thank you. Over there. All right, now what did I make it face? Out. I made it face out. So now I just need to add these witches facing out. The normal method for adding borders would be measuring to size and then cutting your pieces to size. I don't ever really do that. So sometimes some fabrics, this is one of those fabrics, is a little on the full side, not wavy per se, but it is a little on the full side.
She gave you $20.
Oh.
$21 in Sweden money.
$21 in Sweden money. Wow.
Well, it's 200 in Sweden, but it comes out to 21.
Oh, wow. That's a real big difference.
Yeah.
200 in Sweden is $20 American.
Yeah.
I don't know all the different countries. One time we got like, what was it, 4,000 or 5,000 on there, but it was rupees or something like that.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, it came
And
out to like $10.
It came out to like $5 or $10.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I was like, holy moly, that's a lot. I was like, are you sure you didn't type the wrong number? And then they said, oh, well, we're in a different country. That's why. I didn't even notice. All right, this is done. The auction's still going on, or else I'd hang this. So let's, where's it at? So I can call
I
it.
got a lot going on. 2 seconds. I think it's at 60.
I don't have my glasses on to see. It's kind of too small of writing today for some reason.
But $60 to Margot.
All right. $60 to, huh? He's got to do whatever he has to do first. But I'm pulling this down so I can hang up the quilt.
I'm trying to find a name so I can write it down.
He's trying to find the name so he can write it down. Stay, and stay. All right. You finished yet?
Yes, there's $60 to Margot.
60 to Margot going once.
Let's hold it
60
up.
to Margot going twice. And sold to Margot for 60. Okay, you could take that. All right, Margot, don't forget to contact us at tiffanysquiltinglife@yahoo.com. Let us know how you would like to pay. And yeah, Zelle, Venmo, or PayPal. PayPal has a fee. And then obviously we need your address to ship it to you. All right, table runner is done. No, it is not crooked. I just can't hang these straight. So here's the top. I was getting ready to measure it. Kind of the measuring thing behind you. It came out, where are we at? 16.5 inches by, what number is that? 64.5, I think. Yeah, 64.5. So if you do what I told you, it's 16.5 by, what was the other number again? 16.5 by, I forgot already. 64.5. 64.5. Okay. So we're going to go through this one more time so that you know you need a 1/2 yard of your background fabric. That's the white for me. Okay. And then you need 5 inches of 6 different fabrics. If you're just going to do a table runner, you don't need a lot. Or you can make your cats all the same, and it really doesn't matter. But 5-inch pieces, 5-inch strips from 6 different fabrics. Then, let's see, hold on. I cut 4 strips. 10 inches for border number 2. What were we at? Border number 1 was 6 inches of fabric for border number 1. And then cuts are from your background fabric. You're going to cut a 6-inch strip and subcut into 3 6-inch squares. Okay, I'm trying to get us all repeated. Then you're going to cut a 5-inch strip and cut 6 5-inch squares from that. Then you're going to cut a 2.5-inch strip and cut 6 2.5-inch squares. Then you're going to need 6 1-inch strips. Subcut 2 of them into 7 1.5 or 1-inch by 9-inch, and the rest leave full for your top and bottom, and then just sew whatever together. And if, like I said, if you run out of fabric or you didn't have exactly enough on the half a yard, or it was 1 inch too shy, just use the pieces that were left over from cutting the background fabric, because there's still plenty left. Then from each cat, all 6 of these are cutting exactly the same. You get 1 7 1/4 by 5-inch rectangle, 1 5-inch square, and 2 3. You cut 1 6.5-inch strip and then subcut it into a 3 1/4-inch rectangle. Subcut that into 2 3 1/4-inch squares so that you can make your flying geese unit. So that's all the cuts you need. And like I said, Karen will get it done when she gets it done. It'll be in the Facebook group. She's pretty quick about things, so she'll get it done if you guys need written instructions other than verbal.
Plus both the cats on the end glow in the dark.
Oh yeah, both the cats on the end are glow in the dark fabric. Yes, they glow in the dark. I'm glad I put them on the outer ends too, because they are glow in the dark fabrics.
Yeah.
So, and then if you do, like I said, 1.5 inches for your first border, and well, technically this is a border with the sashing, if you want to consider that. I don't, I'm just considering it sashing from the background fabric, but 1.5 on the first border and 2.5 inches on the second border. And that's all I did. Look at that. And I still have 20 minutes to spare. Well, no, I was going to quilt it too, but I don't know what to quilt it with. I might just use it on the long arm so that I can like do eyes and a mouth or something.
Be so awesome.
I might just quilt it on the long arm so that each of the cats can have 2 cat eyes,
face on each one,
a cool nose, and use my glow in the blacklight green thread or something, you know, do a face and put little hairs in the ears or something, and wrap right here at the bottom, make it look like a tail wrapping around, and some, you know, fur look. You know, I could have fun with it on the long arm. So instead of quilting it with straight lines right here, because that's what I was going to do. But I do have 20 minutes left, so I could actually make a second project real quick. I have a pillowcase here. I've been meaning to make, and I haven't made it.
You could have whiskers on each one even.
Yeah. All right, let's see. What do we got here? I had this little roll-up pillowcase kit. So I'm going to make this real quick. I just have to remember how to make these pillowcases. The roll-up one, I'm pretty sure it's the same. It's a 9-inch top usually. And this is folded in half to create a 1.5-inch thing for the little flippy thing. And then you roll it all up. So that is what I'm going to do. This is the pillow fabric. Yep. I'm going to press me pillow fabric. Ah, yep. I remember how to do this now. I think. Yes, tomorrow or Tuesday there'll be a mail opening. I've been really whatever, but I do have mail to open. Yes. Oh, it's not even plugged in.
That's because I almost took over because you were rushing me. So I had to unplug it. I told you that.
All right, just pressing my fabric real quick off screen. And I'll follow the directions. All right, there's this one's nice and pressed. This one's nice and pressed. And this one I think it's pressed in half, right? Fold and trim lengthwise, yep, blah, blah, blah. Layer fabrics, one on top, the other right side up. First lay fabric right side. We just want to fold and press this one. So we're going to fold and press this piece. I don't even know how wide it is. Is it 3 inches? Yep, it's 3 inches. So I'm going to fold the 3-inch piece directly in half, right side out. And we're going to make this pillowcase. I think the top one's probably 9 inches, maybe 10. Some people do it differently. I'm pretty sure. We'll see what this pattern says. It was just a little kit I had in the thing, and since we just bought me an expensive pillow and the silk pillowcase that I put on it keeps falling off, I brought it in here so that I could turn this into the pillowcase for the new pillow. So maybe it won't fall off. All right, and then this one is, yep, a 9-inch, oh, 9.5 inch. And this was 27 inches wide by width of fabric. All right.
How tall and wide are the cats?
How tall and wide are the cats? The cats is a 9.5 inch block, 9.5 inch unfinished. So it's a 9-inch finished block. All right. I shall sew this lip onto here. Oh, come on, lay flat. I'm just going to sew with the selvage right here at the end. I'm going to sew it with the, what is the word for it? The fold on one side, you know, lining up the selvage. I'm going to sew with a 1/4 inch seam. What'd you say?
They mean the whole thing. It's
yeah, the whole quilt is 16.5 by 64.5.
okay. Well, I don't know. You got a lot of people answering, and I'm not sure. I'm lost.
But the blocks themselves, just the cat blocks by themselves, are 9.5 inches unfinished. 9 inches finished. All right, then once this is sewn onto here, I sew this onto there as well. Is this directional like that?
It's got cactuses all
Yep,
over.
yep.
They are up and down, yeah,
Yep.
and there's words.
Okay, so I'm going to put it this way. Yep, okay. So I'm going to put the top of that on there. I'm leaving the selvages on. I will cut them off when I get to the end of what I'm doing here. Now I'm putting, this is the 9.5 inch piece. This is my 3 inch folded in half. I'm putting that in between. My machine is just, you know, not happy today. What is stuck on now?
It's a picky butt.
Okay, I have to rethread it because it's stuck on something right here.
Being picky.
That's a very picky machine. That's there. That looks good, 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 and good. Now if I can find myself my threader. Now I could find where it ended because I am stitching on top of another stitch. Oh, way up here. Let's start right here again. That's better. once that is done, what you do is you roll all this. You hook these. It's right sides together, right? Hook this one up. Okay, lay second main fabric, right side up, trim. Match raw edges and trim into place. It's opposite because it has to roll up into it. Got that part done. See, this is where it confuses me. Fold and trim, blah, blah, blah. Did that. Lay fabrics one on top of the other. This picture shows it like this. What's going on here? Why is my brain not seeing it? Oh, it's this. You gotta fold this. No, that goes to here. And the rest of it folds into it. Yeah, like that. That matches there. And I'm gonna have to clip. And then that rolls up into it. Whew. It's been a long time since I made a pillowcase, like a really long time. I was supposed to fold that in half with the iron. That's what I did wrong. Right? Once that is on there, then I sew that and do what? What am I rolling? It does not go there. That goes to this side, like that. And that was supposed to roll up in there. Looks like it's supposed to me. I don't know what I did wrong. Looks right to me.
I don't know. No, it's a pillow fits in it. Roll from bottom to top is what one person said.
Yeah, but why? It folds the other way. All those are connected together.
They're doing a burrito bowl.
Yeah, now the tube part is all this rolls up into here, and then that goes on there somehow. Rolling it, and matching it up with this end.
The other person said it's easier to sew it all at one time.
No, that's wrong. Because it's supposed to be that way. I'm going to do it my way because I did not make a tube and it was supposed to roll that up into there to connect all that to that side. Yeah, I folded it all wrong. That's my own fault. I can't do instructions. I'm telling you guys, I'm lost. Fold and trim fabric lengthwise. I've done it. Layer fabrics on top, right sides. on top, one on top and one on the other side. First lay fabric right side up, second lay main fabric right side up, third lay the trim fabric on top. I did.
You should not have sewn that together. All the seams should be inside the 9-inch piece.
So I shouldn't have made that seam yet. How? I don't get it then. Clip it. I'm not going to seam rip it. I'm going to cut it off. Look at that.
The other person said do your way.
Well, yeah, but my way would be a top stitch right here. And it doesn't sound right. So everything needs to fold up into that piece. I remember. I'm not getting their instructions.
Don't do their instructions then. Do your thing.
No, I'm going to do my thing just right now. What I'm going to do is cut all this off because I don't feel like seam ripping it because that's a lot of layers. And I'm going to clip it temporarily after I cut it and then roll it all up into however it's supposed to roll up. I did one of these. No, I did two of these in the beginning when I first started sewing. I haven't done any since. I've seen people do them. I just don't do them myself because I don't need pillowcases. They come with my bedroom sets, my bedding. You get 2 pillowcases every time. This is not going well with this cutting blade today. I remember now. Roll all that up on the inside of this one. I think that's what it's trying to tell me to do.
Burrito, when all the seams are together, there's no raw edges.
Yep. This is what I'm going to do right here. I'm going to roll all that up opposite of this.
The cuff is not folded yet. You fold it after you roll the bottom.
Yep.
Oh,
yep. I remember. I'm having a memory. All this goes like this. Roll this all up into here, into here. Meeting all that. In there. Put this back together. I remember now. I don't need the instructions now. Especially since instructions don't help me. Go off watching. I am a visual learner, if you guys didn't know this already. Just bringing my raw edges up. Put that in the garbage. All right, now I'm going to sew it. A little 5-minute project's taking me forever. Now, pull it out. Probably the hardest part right here. Come on. All right, now it's the correct way. Now I'm going to press it real quick so that this is nice right here before I get rid of the selvages and sew it together with a French seam. Or you can use your serger, which I have one, but I'm not going to pull it out just for this.
It's quite large.
No, it looks large. It won't be large.
Oh, okay. It's not done.
It's not done.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to line up these two edges now and cut away the selvage. Since I did not do that in advance.
Does the burrito style make the pocket too tough at the end, the pillow end?
No, this does not make the pocket. You have to use an extra long one. You have to use a longer piece of fabric for that, for the one for tucking. Let's make this nice and straight right there. Right there, right there.
What weight thread are you using?
I'm using a 50 weight thread. No, yeah, 50 weight. I tell you in 2 seconds. $50 weight. Garbage. Now I'm going to put it, I know this is whatever, if you've never done a French seam before, I've done this on clothes more than pillowcases. We're going to put this with your right sides out or wrong sides together. And I'm going to sew down this and down that. And then when we flip it, we're going to French seam it. So I'm just sewing like seam. It's like pretty close to a quarter. And all right, now across the bottom. Now, I'm going to snip away this corner right here just so that it flips nice. We're going to turn it wrong side out now, or pretty side in. And I'm going to take that seam that I made, and I'm going to flatten it with the iron real quick. And then we're going to top stitch that closed and enclose the seam. So I'm just going to take the iron to it real quick to push this out nicely, and then get a nice top stitch on it this way. Wrong side out, though. That way it lands right where I want it to. Oh, no. It's fine. Nope, camera does not need to be turned for this. I'm just lining up the edges so it stays nice and flat when I go to stitch it again. So I'm just, see how it's folded from the seam? I'm just pulling that seam to the edge and pressing it down so that this whole thing is flat. Just takes a second to do. And now I'm going to stitch it with a little bit bigger than a 1/4 inch seam, but not too big, just a little bit bigger, so that I'm covering the whole thing. So I'm going to line my seam guide up where it's beyond the thing and it catches all that underneath the seam right there. Like when I first started doing them though, I actually used an 1/8 of an inch seam, which is better because then your top is a 1/4 of an inch of a seam, but it still works out either way. Pivot and go down this side. And it's very, very bulky right here. Like super bulky as in. What? This is what it looks like now. It's an enclosed seam. So it's just like a 1/4 inch seam, and when I turn it to this side, you don't see any raw stringies. There might be 1 or 2 because this had shredding fabric, but that's the seam now. So I sewed it the other way first and then did a regular seam this way so it covers it, so that when you turn it right side out, your French seam is encased completely. So you'll have if your fabric shreds a little bit, that the shredding part from the original seam will stick out. It tends to do that, but you can just clip that with a pair of scissors. Okay, this one had a lot of shredding on the fabric. So I just need to go through and snip the. You can also pre-cut all that shredding away. I just didn't. I kind of just did it the lazy way. Just a few more. Some are just pulling right out though. But that's a French seam. Don't know why it's French. Because, I don't know why they call it that.
Maybe that's where they invented it.
Maybe that's where they invented it, Scott said. I don't really see any on the other edge, just this edge. The side of the fabric is what it was. It's stuck in my hand.
A lot of ladies are saying they do it for children's hospitals.
Yeah. All right, here it is. My pillowcase. with the nice little pretty lip. I knew I'd remember it once I started doing it. The picture, this little pattern picture, that is no use to me. I don't read good directions. So, no, I just made a little pillowcase. And it should be fine for standard pillow. Kind of looks like it'll fit even a nice, fresh, brand new, fluffy pillow. Perfect. Fold that. And there we go. 2 projects in 1 video. Although it took me a second to remember this, it would have went quicker. And then I still have a little tiny bit of Halloween fabric towards something else, you know? All right. Any questions before I get out of here?
You gotta keep these little tiny strings?
Yeah, I put it in my strings bin.
Okay, that's awful skinny.
Goes in my string bin. All right. I don't see any questions, but then I didn't have my thing open. Okay. It's pretty. Too bad there was only 1 and not a set of them since I live in Arizona. The fabric actually says, catch your dreams, follow your dreams, dreams. A dream is a wish your heart makes. Let your dreams take flight. Bloom where you're planted. There's probably more. But that's what it says on the pillowcase. I don't even know. Oh, the fabric is Dreamcatcher by Jane Allison for Henry Glass Fabrics. That's what this pillowcase fabric was. And the rest of it matched it, so I'm pretty sure that's the whole line. What did I just say again? Dreamcatcher by, I'll say it one more time. Dreamcatcher by Jane Allison for Henry Glass Fabrics. Who knows if it's available? This has been in my room for about a while. All right, is that it? Yeah. All right, guys, thank you for hanging out. Those of you that purchased from the auction, don't forget to email us. Let us know all the things that you need to let us know, and we'll get those shipped off to you. And maybe if you're close enough to Arizona, you'll get it in the next 2 or 3 days. If not, it'll be after Halloween. But, all right, see you guys later. I'll be on maybe tomorrow morning or the next with a mail opening. But that's it. So see y'all later. He'll get up and turn it off. I'll just sit here and be like, I'm so done. Oh, what a live stream.
I'm answering later. You have to email me their info.
Yeah, email your info and he will email you back. He's pretty prompt on emails on Sundays.